Hi guys, LoveBookTriangleLindsey here, and this will be my August wrap-up. I am in the middle right now of reading Faking It by Cora Carmack, and I am hoping to finish it. It's the 28th today, so I have a couple days, and I'm about halfway through, but it's just been crazy with getting ready for the start of the school year. We have the teacher nights, and we'll see. I hope to add it to my list. But besides that one, then, I have read 3 physical books. I read an ebook and I listened to 2 audiobooks. So first I'm going to talk about the physical books that I read. I read Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. As of now, this is my favorite book of the month, so I'll be looking for that favorite book of the month video, and I will be going into more detail about this one. But it was really good, and yes, being the Colleen Hoover book, I cried. It's very rare when I don't cry in the Colleen Hoover book. I read Inked Armor by Helena Hunting. This is the second book in the series. The first one is called Clipped Wings. And there is, I'm not sure if it's a third book or a book that has to do with these characters and a little bit of a crossover with another series. I'm not completely sure, but that one is called Fractures in Ink. It might just be a book dealing with the series. But this one, for me, was not as exciting as the first one. This one was just pretty much dealing with all of the main characters' problems for me. And I get it, they have both been through a lot of stuff in their lives. But like I said, it was about the problems for me, and it just didn't do it for me like the first book did. I read A Reaper at the Gates by Sabatier. This is the third in her Ember in the Ashes series. I believe there is one more that will come out and wrap up the series. This one also, again, wasn't as exciting for me. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of action that happens in this book, but I feel like this book is a filler of information that you need to read through to get to an epic event or an epic battle that is going to happen in the last book. So yes, I think there's a lot of information here. You get, well, 3 perspectives in the story. You do get 4, but the 4th one doesn't occur, or you don't get it as often as the other one. So there's 4 but 3 main perspectives. So I like that you get to be inside a lot of the characters' heads. That is very nice. And like I said, it's a lot of information that I think you do need because it all goes well with the story. It's just not as exciting information. There is something big that happens, and some information that you get is pretty big. I wasn't able to guess it before this book. There's a clue before it's kind of revealed, and then you're like, oh, I think that's what it is. But I don't know, maybe some of you were able to guess the big secret 2 books ahead of me. But so yes, it was a good read, just it didn't wow me like the other books did, but it's all very important stuff you need to know for the next book coming out, which I'm sure then there's going to be that huge adventure and all that big stuff that I really want to happen. I read Shelter by Jay Cronover. That was actually my first read on my brand new Kindle that I got for my birthday from my friends. It is the second book in the Getaway series. The first one is Retreat. I was lucky enough and I was able to get 2 free ebooks, so I got Retreat and Shelter. Unfortunately now somehow I got to get Escape. So this book I did enjoy. I can't really say too much, otherwise it's going to give away stuff that happens in the first, but the 2 main characters in this story are fighting with some demons inside for things that happened in the first book, and they both are thinking that the other one hates them because of what happened, and they just gotta come to terms not only with themselves but with each other and finally just have a big talk and let it all out. But I did enjoy this book. It fun characters as well. I didn't like it as much as the first one, and something that happens in this book, or how stories have like big events in them. I didn't really care for this big event like I did in the first story. Then I listened to 2 audiobooks, Alex and Roman by Sawyer Bennett. They are novels from the Cold Fury series. I think Alex is number 1. I read Max last month. I want to say he's number 5. Roman is like number 7. I'm doing this all out of order, but it doesn't really matter. At least I don't think it matters. I mean, there are some characters that you hear about or other relationships that I haven't had a chance to really learn about yet, but they are talked about in these other books, but I don't think it's affecting me too much. And the reason why I'm listening to them out of order is I went on my library's website because I was actually looking for different ebooks, because I know they have it where you could borrow it out now and read them that way, and I wanted to give it a go. But then there was nothing available that I wanted to read at that time, but there were audiobooks. And in the past, I haven't really been just good with audiobooks. Nothing against them, it's just when I listened to them, I would fall asleep. So this time I listened to the audiobooks when I was busy having to clean something or do something. I worked so much better, and I didn't fall asleep while listening to these at all. I enjoyed Alex better than I enjoyed Roman. Alex could be a douchebag, but he was funny. Of course, came around, and that was a fun read, or not fun read, I didn't read it, a fun listen. And Roman, he is just too much for me. And it was interesting because in this book, not only did you get 2 main character perspectives, you also got a parent's perspective in there, so that was interesting. But it was really weird because they had a male reader for Roman's parts and they had a female reader for Lexi's parts, but Roman, I can't remember where he's from, but he's from another country, and when the male reader read, he didn't give Roman an accent, but when the female person read, she had an accent for like Roman's parts during her read. So it's just weird. Like, they didn't talk about it at first if he was going to have an accent or not, and it was just weird for me listening to that. But so that was my month. I thought it was a really good month for me, and hopefully I can finish that last book. So let me know below what your favorite book of the month was, and beyond that, look out for a favorite book of the month video where I will be talking more about Without Merit. Hope you guys have a great month. See you next time.